Ms. Enid, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why you think he needs a nudge in the direction of the altar?
So we've been dating now 4.5 years, and
You're 22, right?
yes, about to be 23.
Yes, 22.
Oh,
22. Yeah.
22.
Okay. So I'm about to be 23, and we've been attending a couple of weddings in the past 2 years. And 2 years ago, we attended a wedding, and I was a bridesmaid in it. And Al made the hint that we were kind of after the wedding. He was saying that, I can't wait for this day for us someday. So I was kind of thinking, since we moved out here 2 months after that, I was like, oh, maybe that's going to be in our near future. And it hasn't happened after 2 years, and I just don't feel like he really wants that at all anymore.
He planted that thought in her head, and it might have sounded good after a couple drinks and all of that, bro, but she took it and she ran with it. And I ain't gonna lie, to be honest, for her to be 21, 22, however old she is, for her to be willing to commit, at least she not out here trying to go clubbing. And ain't nothing wrong if you club, but she ain't out here trying to go clubbing, bar hop. Well, she might do all of that, I don't know, but she trying to be, commit some type of structure at an early age. So you can respect that. You can respect that.
Mr. LaFleur, why don't you respond to that? Is that something you see in your future? That
So-
she would be the woman for you?
Of course. We've been together 4 years. I wouldn't still be with her if I didn't have intentions of marrying her. Like, marriage is a very important thing to me.
Right.
But I think there's bigger issues at bay than just, hey, we should get married, and why haven't you pot the question?
Okay. Explain what you believe the issues are.
Well, to me, what's more important, the most important thing in a relationship is both people being happy doing what they do. And a lot of happiness comes from a relationship and a happy marriage.
Right.
But that shouldn't be the only thing, is being codependent on your spouse. You should have something that drives you, that you're passionate about. And I think both people should be able to do what they're passionate about and support each other. It shouldn't just be about getting married.
Getting married, no doubt about it.
I agree with that.
I have to give you a job, because I try to say that to people all the time. Nobody wants to listen to me. Why don't you tell me what concerns you have about the common goals and directions that you believe you haven't established, which gives you pause about marriage?
All right, so look, I absolutely love Haley to death. And we've been dating 4 years, like I said. I've never met a woman like her. I never will. And I recognize that. But the biggest thing to me is she's always been very supportive of my writing career. She's been amazing. It's just sometimes I wonder if there's this voice in the back of her head that's like, if things don't work out, we'll just get a job and we'll have a big house and, a picket fence. And it's not like that, but that's in my mind who I am. And I don't want that. Like, I want to chase a dream.
Right.
I want to write.
He's concerned that if he ends up an impoverished writer,
Right.
you aren't going to be cool with it.
Right.
He's okay with being an impoverished writer.
I'm being straight up. I'm telling her right now.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll do it to the day I die if I succeed or not.
That's when you know you're in love with something. That's when you know that that's what you're supposed to be doing for your career. That's when you know that you made the right decision. When you feel like, I'm in love with this, I ain't gonna say I can't breathe, but goddamn it, it feel like one and a half of my lungs is missing without this shit, man. Love it, man. This YouTube, hit the like button. I ain't gonna lie. I've been meaning to tell y'all that. Smack the like button, but bro, when you find something that you love and you can get into it, it's like it is really a form of therapy for you. Now, it can be bad. It can have its upsides and its downsides, of course, like time management and other things like that. But as far as your self-esteem go, as far as how you feel about you, this is your baby. This right here, man. This right here. Man, I done kissed this more than, over the past 3 years, I done kissed this more than I done kissed women. And that's just being 100 with you. They ain't getting all of that undefeated. Yeah. In love with it, bro.
And he believes that you're not on board with that and is concerned that your marriage will die as a function of that.
I don't agree with that at all. I've supported his writing even when we didn't live in Los Angeles, and now, I support it even here still. And I've shown that repeatedly that I support him for it. But at this point, it's just like, I feel like you always choose writing over me. I always come second. Like, we're always late everywhere because you have to write. And it's something as simple as like, you know these plans.
Okay.
We have plans, and then you just bail on them completely because you have to finish this note. And it's like, I get that. Like, you have these ideas, but it's always writing. Always writing. Like, I feel like we're not even a couple anymore because of it.
Man, look at how I like her. I ain't gonna lie to you. She's very mature. For her to be her age, she's very mature. She not even looking at the judge. She ain't paying the judge no attention. She like, I want you to feel this. I need you to feel this. She gonna assess the situation. What the fuck happened to her? Why she look like that? Bad camera shot, man. But yeah, she for real. She for real. She serious, and it seemed like from this little 4 or 5 minutes that we've been listening to her, she know what she trying to do, bro. She got the train rolling and see whether you gonna get aboard or you gonna get out the way. And it's pressed like that for both of them. He felt like either you gonna get on board or you gonna have to get out the way. Compromise. It's gonna have to come down to a compromise.
Mr. LaFleur, do you care to respond to that?
Yeah, this is a common thing that comes up, and I think in any relationship, but it's like there's this communication breakdown. It's not that my writing is more important than her. It's that like I know what I'm passionate about. The only thing I spend my time doing in life, I bartend and I serve. I spend time and money on us doing things, which is awesome. We have great times, and then every other spare time that I have goes into writing. That's it. I don't have a huge social life. I'm fine with that because I love to write. So I feel guilty anytime I'm like really getting in the groove of writing, or if I'm trying to be, like it takes a lot if you don't come from.
Do you understand the nature of the process of writing? It's not like the 9 to 5 or, the hours for a lawyer or a doctor where you can set them and be done at a certain time. Writers have to be able to, sometimes they're in the groove when they're rolling.
I was about to say that, man. It's like that with the YouTube, bro. The videos, they heat. They gonna be heat, but it's certain days, certain nights like tonight when you might be focused. You might really be focused, or somebody might hit you and tell you, like, focus up. Focus up. You get that text message, you go. Lock in, go focus up. Now instead of banging out 2 videos, I done did 15. I done did a cool, humble 15, so I get it, bro. I get it. I definitely get it. It's no time. You ain't got to clock in at 3 and clock out at 11. I done woke up and did a video at 3 o'clock in the morning. At 3 o'clock in the morning, you can do it when you want to do it, and I get that, and I wish you the best, bro. I wish you the best, and I hope you the best. But one thing I do know about chasing them dreams and chasing them goals and all of that stuff, along the way, you're going to have to make a sacrifice. You have to make a sacrifice. Either you're going to sacrifice time with family. You might sacrifice some finances. You might sacrifice some relationships. You might say it's a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot. It is a lot. It is a lot. And it's not easy. It's not easy to be able to make those decisions. It's not. But one thing that I also know about relationships, bro, when not even a woman, when a person feel like they the only person in a relationship, when they feel like they the only person that's present in a relationship, bro, that's a ticking time bomb. That's a ticking time bomb ready to go off. And I don't mean like, she going to get mad and flip out, because she don't really seem like the type. But she'll leave. She will leave, bro. She will leave. And you really can't even be mad at her, because you would want a woman like that to be your priority. I would want a woman like that to be my priority. If she loved me, she ready to marry me, she want me to marry, and everything going cool. It ain't been no signs of no cheating or nothing like that. It's just the fact that you guys split time and that you guys share time. Can't be mad at that, bro. You would have to respect it. You would have to respect it. But it's also you got to deal with the consequences that come along with it. Now, the writing, you might get, best published novel or something like that. Yeah, but still a sacrifice that's going to have to be made.
and you can't, you know, Hemingway, you know, they can, oh, well, for whom the bell, well, and never get to tolls. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get that, yeah.
He had to, he read all of Meditation 17 before he got to that. So what I'm trying to say to you is you understand that the nature of his profession cannot be constricted by time. Did you understand that?
Yeah, I get that, but it's been like 4.5 years now that he's been writing on this book, and I feel like I give him enough time. But if he needs more time, he needs to express that instead of just sitting there and being like, when we're having a conversation, run over to his computer and start writing things. Like, that's like disrespectful in my sense.
Oh, yeah.
That he's not paying, like when I'm speaking to you, then you're like, oh, like, how is your mind like on the book right now when you should be speaking to me? Like,
oh, let me tell you how it happens. Let me tell you something. I'm no Hemingway, I'm no Maya Angelou, anything like that, but I've written a couple of books, and I've been in conversations with my husband. He said something, I think, yes! And I get up, I had a thought, and then I go. When you have a thought, because they don't stay long, especially when you're my age. You gotta grab it right when it's there, and you gotta roll with it.
yeah.
He gets that. I had an idea. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I'm up, hey, and I'm not even really good at it. So, you know, I mean, I'm okay, but
If you don't write it, it's gone.
you don't write it, it's gone. Let me ask you a question, Ms. Enoch. Is there something in your environment that is encouraging the urgency you feel for the need to commit? Because you're only 22, and 22 is very, very young.
I'm not asking him to like marry me like tomorrow. It can be in a couple years. I'm just asking for a commitment, like whether it just be a ring or just something for you to like tell me that like you're still gonna be there tomorrow or like in a couple weeks. Like, I mean, we come from the Midwest, so I just feel like where I grew up, all my friends are getting married at this point. Like, my mom was married young, like her siblings were married young.
Where are you from?
I'm from Ohio.
I'm from Ohio.
I'm from Ohio too. Represent.
Where in Ohio?
Canton.
Oh, okay. I'm Columbus than
okay.
than Cleveland. We must have been running with a different group of people. I got married at 29, and you know, they always call me a love curmudgeon because I don't believe in young love. I mean, I believe in young love, but young marriage is usually a scary thing. The person that I was at 22, woo, you know what I mean? And do you have a game plan other than being with him? What does your future look like? Heaven forbid, this handsome dude gets run over by a bus, he's gone.
Well,
what's your game plan?
I'm in grad school right now, like just started for counseling, and that's like my career is what I love. Like I moved out here because I was a criminal justice major and wanted to go straight into that, and then I kind of changed it to that I wanted to go to grad school and change it to counseling. So like that's like my whole life is dedicated to that.
So you're
yeah.
focused on something, you have something.
Completely.
Are you prepared to be the primary breadwinner in this relationship?
I feel like that's how it's going to be, yeah.
And you're cool with that?
I mean, like, I thought, like, he would contribute at least something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that the way I see it is like it's 50-50. If I can give more, I will. Like I'm not just gonna be
a bum.
I'm not gonna be a bum sitting at home, right? You know what I mean? I'm still working right now and writing and networking and taking classes, doing everything I can to write. My biggest issue with this is it's like, and I'm not saying like the sanctity of marriage is a beautiful thing, but like why I don't understand why that's the only thing driving her. And then I'm honestly afraid. I'm afraid like if I propose tomorrow and I'm like, hey, let's get married, that then you're gonna change because now you kind of have this power of me and you're gonna change and be like, and then it's gonna slowly over time be like, hey, you know, how about us doing something realistic?
What did you say about?
I think he's changed in that aspect because I think if you would have asked him 2 years ago, that's what he was all about, was getting married and all that stuff then. And then now it's kind of different.
I've never been about that.
But like 2 years ago, you would have been like
I love you now
saying,
just as much as I always have. But I've always said like you know,
I'm not
I don't understand.
questioning that. I'm just saying like, I'm questioning the commitment from it. Like, yeah, you love me, but like, I really don't think that there's gonna be ever a commitment from you. Like,
I want you 4 years. We live together. We have a dog and cat together.
How long have you been living together? How long
2
have you
years.
been living together?
2 years.
2 years. And you believe that there's a change in that commitment push at that 2-year mark?
I don't think that. I just think like there's like things that he does that just show me like he has problems with commitment. And it's just like at this point.
Name
like,
a few of them.
Okay, so he's never on time. Like we're never on time anywhere. He's never on time like for anything. Like he can't even get himself up in the morning. Like I have to be the one who wakes him up. Like I'm his wake up call every day. Like if he didn't have me, like he would be late everywhere. Like, I'm surprised you're here this morning. Like, that's like what I'm saying. Like,
I don't know if the low blow is necessary.
What does that got to do with his inability to commit?
like he can't even commit to a certain time, for instance. And like, you know, it's just like, if you can't commit to time, like, I get it. Like, not everyone's on time everywhere, but like, if it's every single time, it just like gets frustrating over time. Like,
You doing too much. She reading too much into it. All right, he might be late. Just because he bad with timing don't mean he bad with loving. Or that don't mean that he bad with being with you or nothing like that, bro. She one of them type, it seemed to me like she wanted to, this mean that, and that mean that, and this mean that, and that means this, and this means that. So if that means that, then this means this. She gonna tie herself up in a knot. She gonna tie herself up right in a knot, bro.
always being late. And then it's like, oh, where's Al today? Like, oh, I don't know. He's supposed to be here, and he's not.
That's a personality quirk. That's not commitment phobic.
I feel
What
like
else has changed? Give me something else that makes me think that his idea about your commitment has changed. And I'm going to give you a moment to think about it because I want it to be a good one. What changed that made you think now he is commitment phobic?
It's just like, I feel like at this wedding, he was just so gung-ho about it. And just, I felt like at that point, like he was like, oh, let's, you know, like, he's like, I want to get married to you, you know, like, not like in the next year, but like, I just always had this idea that it would be like, just something as soon as just popping the question. And like, we'd taken like trips where like, I felt like he was going to, and then just like nothing happened. And I mean, we took a trip like 6 months ago, and I feel like it's been awkward ever since.
You putting your, what am I trying to say? She not letting go of that. I told y'all, bro. I told y'all she is not letting go of that trip. She saw that marriage, for one, when she saw the other friends getting married, that popped the idea in her head automatically. So not only did she see it, then at the wedding, like I said, you might have been joking, you could have been serious. Either way, bro, you mentioned it to her. Now that thought, that seed is planted in her mind, and she not trying to let it go. She's not trying to let it go. And to be honest, now I feel like she's in a point where she's starting to project onto him. Oh, we went on this trip, and this trip would have been the perfect time to pop the question or something. Like, bro, chill. Just chill.
Oh, you guys went on a trip and you thought he was going to pop the question
Yeah.
during the trip? Was he dropping hints or something?
Kind of, yeah. Like, before then, yeah, we went to a wedding in December, and like,
Now, you're not dangling, are you? You're not teasing her.
I'm not dangling. I'm not. Like,
Do
know,
feel like you
not necessarily on purpose, but are there things that you're doing that could be misinterpreted to a wedding-hungry woman that
I'm
you're
sure.
about to make that move? Think about it.
I'm a passionate person. Like, I'm a hopeless romantic. She knows that about me. But like, I feel like I've always made clear that I mean, she's 22. That's my big, I've said this to her before, and last year I've been like, you love me, I love you, but above and beyond me, who knows who she's gonna be in 2 years or 3 years. Like, I changed a lot from 22 to 27. And I know women generally mature more than guys do, but I consider myself a fairly mature person for a 27-year-old. I think she's gonna continue to change, like, and mature into the woman that she's gonna become. And we all do, you know? So I don't know, it's early.
Let me tell you, the scary.
Shout out to him, bro. He can represent me in the defense case, bro. He a good defense attorney. His job is to create the possibility or the slightest thought in your mind that maybe this defendant did not do it. And he's doing a fantastic job at it right now while still remaining, like, smooth with it. Yeah, I get it. I know that women mature faster. I know she's 22. I'm just, man, that was real. That was good.
And I wouldn't
Let
say
me
that if I
tell
didn't
you
love
the
her.
scariest thing I saw on the compatibility tests. Well, no, first I'm going to start with the most beautiful thing.
Okay.
You said on your compatibility test, I know why you love it. This is what I will give my intended spouse. And he said, an adventurous, unpredictable, fun, loving partnership that will last a lifetime. The guys usually write my love and all my support. and that's all you get. Then I asked the question, do you think a man should be the head of the household? And my man over here said, a partnership should be a partnership. This is not 1950. Got deep with it.
That's it.
The thing that scared me for you, Ms. Enot, is I asked you if you could change one thing about your intended, what would it be? Do you remember what you said?
There was like a couple things, yeah.
You said, I would change his opinion on not wanting to live a simple married life.
Ugh.
Here's the concern that I often have for women. They think they have a plan for their life. They find a dude that they love and want to be a part of that plan. And if his direction, his want, his purposefulness is not the same as yours, you think you can fix him and redirect him later. And I think that's what gives me concern and gives me pause. And it might be what's giving Mr. LaFleur pause. I think he sees what it is you really want, and I'm not sure he's altogether sure he can give it to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? I always recommend to young women, don't move in with a dude. I don't believe in it. He's all excited to get you, to get you, to get you. You move in together, now you don't see so much of a commitment. You live your life, you take care of your business, you grow, you become self-assured and centered, and he's the, well, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ms. Enid, did anything that I say make sense to you?
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I guess it's just like, I feel like that too, but at this point, like, we do live together, so I just feel like the next step is getting married, and like, I feel like I'm ready for that in my life, and...
If you were my daughter, this is what I would do. Drive up to your house with a U-Haul. Get your stuff, put it in the U-Haul. I paid your first 6 months' rent someplace else and allow you to live fully, deeply on your own and not have him so much as a focus. I think he's going to come along with it. I think he's going to come over and marry you when you're ready. But I don't think you're ready.
Okay.
And I think you're becoming too invested in getting that done right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying anything negative about you. I don't think you're using her. I don't think you're abusing her. I don't think you're leading her on or any of that. But if you want her to be that mature, grown woman that truly can commit to the kind of lifestyle that you want and do it happily.
And because she wants it.
And because she wants it.
Not because she wants
She's got to
me
grow
happy.
on her own. And she's got to be on her own. And she's got to make marrying you less central to her life. A man is not a plan.
Yeah.
He's a perk, but he's a perk, but he's not a plan.
I
I'm
ain't
sorry
hear them
I made you
yank.
cry. I feel
No,
bad
fine.
about that. But I think I'm giving you good advice, and I think you're going to get what you want when it's time for you to get it. But it just isn't the time right now. All right? Good luck to both of you. This matter is adjourned.
I like that he's not really ready for this at all, and like that really his main focus is his book, and I get that, like, go full for your dreams, but like I'm also doing the same thing. I was just kind of expecting us to kind of go for our dreams together and not kind of like separately.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of speechless, and I know just seeing her break down and cry like that is not a good feeling for me. I just want her to be happy, and I guess if that's what will ultimately make her happy, that's what I want.
She wasn't hearing that, bro. She wasn't hearing a word that judge was saying. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because she seemed like a cool chick. She seemed cool. She seemed cool. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't date her. Because I feel like she a little bit too organized and plotted out and already, thought of everything before I even came along. Not to judge her, but from what I took away from the video, I would assume that she was the type of female that says, by the time I turn 18, he's going to be my boyfriend. By the time I turn 21, we're going to have our own home. By the time I turn 25, we're going to have 2 kids. By the time I turn 29, we're going to move into our dream house. By the time I turn 31, we're going to have that. Like, time frame mapped out. And for me, bro, I'm like, that's just not it. He really don't seem like that kind of dude anyway. He don't seem like that kind of dude anyway. What he say? He might get a thought that come to his head, then he gotta go write it down. Like some people, and I wish that a lot more people would understand this. Some people really operate in a creative space, and when I say that, when you have a creative moment or you have a creative idea, something like that, you really do want to sit there and act on it. Like myself, sometimes and I know that y'all can tell, sometimes when I do these videos, it's like, well, he shouldn't have ran from that place to that place. GTG, the family's always is love, and we are. And other days we lit, we on here, we popping, and we ready to go. It really has a lot to do with your mood and your mental. So I get it. But he's not going to be able to be there mentally and totally 1,000% locked into you 24/7. No, I feel like a compromise, like, all right, cool, you can get Tuesday and Thursday, or maybe Monday and Thursday or something like that. Monday and Thursday at work for me. But yeah, they might be the 2 days where you get locked in. And that's when y'all, them other days you gotta roll. And it's not to say that in the future it won't get better. Maybe in the future he'll get better. And even with myself included, I've gotten better with being able to record the videos, edit the videos, upload the videos. Shit used to take 3 days or 4 days or something like that. Then you shave time, repetition is the father of time. The more you do it, the better you gonna get. She just gotta pump her brakes. And it's tough. It's tough because she 21. And like I said, I don't think it's a bad thing that she want commitment, that she want to be with him and get married. I don't think that that's the worst idea in the world. But you gotta pump your brakes. Like a red flag to me, I hate that word red flag. Why I say that? But when you look at it, oh, we went on a trip and it was the perfect opportunity for him to pop the question. Well, motherfucker, it's my question, ain't it? It's up to me when I'ma pop the motherfucker. You can't sit up here and tell me when I'ma pop it. I'ma pop it when I want to pop it. And you gonna get it when I want you to get it. You can't rush them type things. You cannot rush them type things. I feel like outside of that, everything outside of that, bro, should have been cool. I ain't hear no infidelities, like they cheating on each other, nothing like that. They been together for 2 years, living together. Excuse me. And that's another thing I learned, man. Enjoy that time. Enjoy the time that y'all get together. Because one day y'all might bring children into the situation. And then y'all can't go on as many dates as you used to. Or you don't get as much close personal bonding time as you used to or something like that. So while y'all do have it, just enjoy it. You never know. That man might pop up tomorrow with an iceberg and put it on your finger. But the constant, I'm not going to say nagging, or you can call it whatever you want to call it, the constant bullshit, bro. That's what make it like, all right, I'm cool. I'm cool because, and I can relate to me, all of that. I'm like, you taking me out of this space. You taking me out of this space. And you can't take me out of this space. I'm supposed to be here. This is what I'm supposed to do, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And I pray and wish and hope that you will help me along the way, but this is what I'm supposed to do. And I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. It is up to you to find a way to make yourself beneficial and complementary to what I have going on. And also on the same token, like I said, it's up to me to figure out different ways. You might got DoorDash your girl something real quick. Yeah, you would have liked to drop the teddy bear off to her, but you might got DoorDash it to her just to, hey, and the next time you show up, then you bring two, whatever the case may be. But it take a lot of compromise. It take a lot of compromise and communication for these relationships to work, in my personal opinion. And sometimes it's just not the right time. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that video. GTG, the family's always is love. And we out.